Hello guys, and welcome to the second part of this video series on hacking the CANbus. Hopefully you can see in front of you hopefully you can see on the screen the CAN signals that I'm receiving in my car. So as you can see, I have been successful in trying to get the CAN signals to come up on the screen in a way that is kind of readable. I don't fully understand it all yet, but I believe what's going on here is that we have the CAN ID of the CAN signal. So this would be the I guess it's going to tell you what device is actually sending out that signal, and then these are the data streams of data that are coming from those CAN devices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process that I went through to get all of this information, show you how I got it, show you what the different issues were that I ran into, and hopefully you'll be able to do the same thing yourself. Like I said before in the previous video, the reason I'm doing this is because I plan to build or convert a car that I have to electric, and I've decided that I want to try and figure this sort of stuff out before I even start spending money on electric motors and batteries and all of that sort of stuff, because my theory is that if I can't get the signals, the warning lights to go away on the dash, if I can't get that to happen before I start building the car and putting the electrics into the car, there's not much chance of me getting it done afterwards. And I don't want to be stuck with a car which is all converted and ready to go and can drive down the road, but it won't pass any kind of test certificate because the warning lights coming up on the dashboard in this country, in the UK, that is a MOT fail, and you cannot insure or tax your car if it doesn't have MOT. You can insure it, but you can't tax it, so you can't legally drive it on the road. So that's why I'm doing this. As you can see, we have a working system in terms of collecting the data. So all I need to do now is to figure out a way to actually interpret this data, but at least we're taking baby steps. So what I'm going to do now is show you the different things that I had to do to get this information, and hopefully, like I say, that'll be of some help to you. Well, as you can see guys, this is not an Arduino Uno, and it's not a CANbus shield. What I've got here is a MCP2515, I think it is, CANbus controller module. It's very cheaply available on eBay for a couple of pounds, $2 or $3, something like that. Delivered. These things are so cheap it isn't real. And the other device, as you can see, is an Arduino Nano. And the reason I've gone with the Nano and this little MCP2515 device is because that is what was advised in the last video that I watched about this whole thing. Now, as you can see, what I have done is I've soldered wires to the bottom of the Nano, and I've also soldered one of the pins from the little pin-out board on this CAN adapter. Soldered it through one of the pins to the Nano, just to keep it all in one piece. Oh crap, I've just broken the wire. So that's just to keep it all in one piece. But I'll show you now why I've used the Nano instead of the Uno. Well, as you can see, the There's a video here by a chap called Aaron Christoffel, something like that. This chap, I think he's German. He put up a video on hacking the CANbus, and that's where I got all of the information to do this. And in the comments, or in the notes about it, he has listed different places where you can get this information. So if you're interested in hacking the CANbus, I thoroughly recommend you take a look at his video, and basically he will show you most of what I'm showing you now anyway. But a couple of things that he doesn't actually explain very well in the video, and he wasn't having a problem with it, but I was. One of them is I'll just zoom in here, the CAN hacker software. He has put up a link to it. Now if I click on that, it works. As you can see, it's now downloaded the CAN hacker software. I have no idea why that's working now, because when I first started doing this it didn't work, and it took me ages to try and figure out how to get that software. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I got the software, and if you're having the same problem I had, for some reason, like I say, now it does work, but it didn't work for a good while. But if you're having the same problem I was having, then this is how you resolve it. First of all, the software is in a website called mictronics.de. So the first thing you need to do is to tap that in, mictronics.de, into your URL bar and go there. Now what I'll do is I'll go back to the original home page. Right. If you type that into your bar up there, that should take you to the home page for the Mictronics website. This, I believe, is a German website. Not sure if it's being automatically translated or not, but I'm using Google Chrome. If you find it's a German website and you don't read German, start using Chrome, and it should translate for you. Anyway, you need to go to the archive. Once you get to this page, go into the archive, and once you go into the archive, you need to scroll down pretty much near the bottom until you see USB CANbus interface. Click on that, scroll down a bit, and now you should be able to see the software is here. And if you click on that, you should be able to download the executable file which installs the CAN hacker software, and that should get you up and running. But that's just the software. You also need to have your Arduino installed, so I'll come back when I get that up. Okay, and the first library you're going to have to download from GitHub is this one, Arduino-MCP2515, and this is the library that allows your little MCP2515 adapter to run. And if you scroll on down, it even gives you the full connection diagram, so that all the wiring diagram for connecting this to your Arduino Nano. And that's exactly the way I have this connected. If I could focus, get in there. That is exactly the way that is connected. And if you scroll on down, it gives you more information and more information, different bus speeds, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's the first thing you need. Get that into your Arduino software as your first library. Next thing you need to download is the CAN hacker library. Okay, so as you can see, it's AUTOWP. I don't know, no idea what that stands for, but anyway, they're both the same. Arduino CAN hacker. So you download that library, get that into your Arduino IDE, and once again there's more information in this, different things you can do and different things you need. Get that library into your Arduino IDE, and then you have to download the sketch, and that is from here. Same paper again, but it's a CAN-USB, and that is the sketch that you have to download and install in your Arduino. So once you've done all that, I'm just going to switch hands here for a second, scroll out a bit. Once you've done all that, then you launch your Arduino IDE and get that up and running. Now, a couple of gotchas I found where the first one is trying to upload the sketch. It wouldn't upload because I had the Uno. I was using it before, and it defaults to the AT@Mega 328, and that doesn't work for the Nano that I've got because it's some cheap nasty Nano from China. I had to change it to that one. So I'll go back and show you that again. So processor is old bootloader, and that seemed to work fine. In my case, the COM port is COM port 5, and as you can see, it is running at serial 115200. That's pretty much all you need to know for this, but there's one other gotcha that you need to be aware of, and that is that the speed of the MCP2515 by default, it doesn't match, and it certainly doesn't match my my interface because I bought a cheap one. So I'll go into here and documents and Arduino. Sorry, I'll go back there again just in case you didn't get that. Okay, go into documents, go into Arduino, go into libraries. If you've installed these libraries, then this is what you should see in your libraries, and go into the CAN Hacker Master and edit the canhacker.h. Okay, and what you're looking for in this file is the speed of the MCP interface. Now, in my case, I have an 8 MHz interface, but by default this will be set to 16 MHz. So if I can find that particular thing, there it is there. MCP underscore 8 MHz. Now, but by default that was set to 16. And if you buy a 16 MHz interface, then that's fine. If you buy the cheaper 8 MHz one like I've got, you need to change that. Once you've got that done, then upload your sketch. This will take a few seconds to upload. It's compiling because I've got a slow computer. It's taking ages to compile. Dum. Yeah, this will probably fail miserably now because I'm doing it on camera. Uploading. Will it complete? This is the point where it will fail if you don't have the correct bootloader selected. There you go, done uploading. And if you look at this, it does nothing at all. You get no lights flashing at all, regardless of whether your ignition is on in the car and CAN is present. You get nothing on that Arduino Nano until you launch the CANhacker software. So let's minimize all this, or just open the CANhacker software. And first thing you have to do when you launch the CANhacker software is go to your settings. Okay, let's put that on the screen. First thing you have to do is go to your settings and make sure you've got the correct COM port selected. You're at the right bit rate, baud rate, sorry, and as the baud rate that your Arduino is communicating with the laptop. And then you have to go to the CAN baud rate. Now in my case, I'm connecting to the CANbus at the rear of the car, so 125 kilobits per second is correct for me. You may find that 500 kilobits is correct if you're connecting to the engine database CANbus. There's different CANbuses in your car, but in my case it's 125 is correct. And then you have to untick listen only. I've no idea why they have that there, but by default listen only will be ticked. If you have that ticked, it won't work. You have to untick that, select OK, go up to the top, connect, or click on connect, whichever you prefer. And down at the bottom is saying it's connecting. Now it's connected, and we've got CAN signals flying about the screen, coming up on the screen, that are flying about the car. And if you look at the Nano, you now have the green LED flickering, indicating that it's doing stuff. So that's the basics of how you get this to work. That's how I got it to work anyway. I can only hope that it works for you. I don't know if you have to, I don't know if it auto adjusts for the speed of, no, I'm being stupid. It seems to be, sorry, I'll start that all again. It seems to be that this software is controlling the Nano directly. So you don't actually have to have everything 100% correct in your sketch, because the sketch is purely the interface between this software and the Nano, and it looks like you do all of your configuration setting up here. You can set filters. I'm not sure what the tracer does. I haven't figured that out yet. A few things I haven't figured out yet, but it is working. Oh, I've just hit the reset button. Will it come back? Nope. Let's disconnect, reconnect, see what happens. And there's back. So, don't know what all the different settings are doing, but this worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you too. So, any questions, pop them in the comments below. Any more information you have on this software, I would be very interested to know it. What I would really like to know is how to use this software to send CAN signals. I haven't figured that out yet, but hopefully that's going to be in the future. But anyway, that's it for this video. The next one hopefully will be in the car, which I will be actually using for my electric car project. The reason that I have stuck to this one is because I got it to work kind of in the car that I'm currently sitting in. But this is not the car that I'll be doing the work to, so I need to now get this all working in the correct car. Right, well, as you can see, I have reconnected the whole thing into my Arduino Uno, uploaded the sketch, and we're getting zilch on the screen. We are getting, you can see the CAN lights are flickering, so the shield is receiving CAN, but it's not coming up on the display. I'm not entirely sure why. It may be one of the settings is wrong for this particular shield, or it may be that there's an issue with the compatibility between this software and the Arduino Uno. It does say in the GitHub, don't use Nano, use a Nano. So that's why I used that to start with, and it seemed to work fine. So looks like you have to do what you're told for a change and use the Nano. So I'll get that hooked up again, and hopefully that'll bring our data back up on the screen again. Back in a mo. Okay, well, just for completeness, I have already shown you that this software wasn't working with the Arduino Uno and the CANbus shield. I suspect that's down to settings were not correct for it, because as you can see we're getting CAN, and that's coming straight from this Arduino, and I have patched it into the MCP2515 adapter, CAN adapter. So just with simple, took 5 minutes to patch that in, another few seconds to put sticky tape on it to stop the leads from falling out, but there you go, it's working. So if you have an Arduino Uno already, these things are dirt cheap and it's all working perfectly. I'm not sure if there's any issues or if it would cause any problems with sending data or whatever, but it just worked. I connected this up to the car first, plugged it into the computer, started up the software, click connect, and away it went. So there you go, it does work with an Uno, it works with a Nano, it works with these little shields, or these little 2515 adapters. No problem at all. This Uno is, I don't know if you can see it there, it's one made by DIY, where does it say that? DIY Mir, I think, is it? No, it's not actually, it's just some random Uno that I have lying around. Most of the ones, I have several made by people called DIY Mir, or More, DIY More. I just push the reset button on the Uno, and you can see that stopped. And I suspect it'll not start again until let's try hitting the reset, see what happens. No. Disconnect, reconnect, and there we go. It's flying again. So there you have it. This works with Uno, works with Nano. Don't know what else it works with, but it's going on a treat anyway. Alright, bye for now.